Welcome to Popcorn Planet. I'm Andy Signore. We've been live. I'm here with Kim. Happy to have her. And speaking of Kims, we're talking about a famous Kim Kardashian, who is now officially single. Now, look, I can't believe I'm even reporting about this, if I'm being honest. Like, I don't care about Kim Kardashian, let alone her single status. But where this story has just gotten very intriguing for me is just the episodes of Kanye and the lengths he has been going to basically harass this woman. Look, I've never kept up with the Kardashians. I don't really admire them. You know, I don't look up to them. I think they're fake. I don't like it, but I respect the fact that they've been able to build a business. Good on them. Hey, get your money and do what you can. But at the end of the day, I didn't think I would start feeling for Kim Kardashian, but I have, just because of the way Kanye has been treating this whole story on Instagram, going after Pete Davidson, another person I didn't think I'd be here publicly defending or rooting for. But Kanye has really just sort of, in my opinion, created a mess of himself. And I suspect that's what's currently happening. And I wonder, and we're going to talk about this, you guys in the chat, as we break down what's happening in the latest here in his court proceedings, etc. I wonder if he is realizing how bad a shape he's in, because I can't else really justify all these actions that we're about to go through as like, why would anyone do this? And I have a couple theories, so I want to break this down. But yes, the big breaking news is Kim Kardashian is officially single. She's been fighting for this for a while, and so her quest to become single has become a reality. The judge has granted her request to end her marriage to Kanye West. Kim will herein be known as Kim Kardashian. The West is now gone. Kim was on video call for Wednesday's court hearing. Her lawyer, Laura Wasser, was in court, and Kanye was absent. Kanye's lawyer did not object to restoring Kim's single status, although his lawyer said he had 3 conditions. 1, any right to get reimbursement of money that's supposed to be divided up will be preserved in case either of them dies. The judge granted that condition. There were 2 other conditions the judge rejected: that Kim would not transfer any assets she had in a trust, and if Kim remarries, she would waive the marital privilege. That privilege means a new spouse would not have to testify about communications he had with her. The judge said nope to that. To close out the hearing, Kim answered a series of questions known as the prove up, which included, are there problems in your relationship, and do you think your marriage can be saved with counseling? Kim answered yes to the first, there are problems, and no, it cannot be saved with counseling. A source close to Kanye told TMZ he wanted the divorce to be granted. He's now a single person as well. Now, this is new. He has not wanted this, Kim. He has not wanted this. And so to me, this is what's most telling. The fact that Kanye has granted this to happen when this was clearly a bargaining chip, it seemed, in the dealings of things, makes me wonder if he didn't have a come to Jesus moment with Kim, whatever it was, to be like, dude, you look like shit. Do you really want to keep doing this? Do you really want me to pull out your Instagram posts? Do you really want to do this in front of the kids? You look like a mess. Because honestly, who can say he's not? You know what I mean? Like, it's just been, every action he's done has looked messy. And including that messy was the fact that the night before this hearing, he fired his attorney, who was our friend of the show, full disclosure, Christopher Melcher, who you've seen on here talking about the Britney movement. Literally the night before the legal team, he decided to reshuffle his legal team again. Now, I was able to find out Christopher has been his only divorce lawyer. He has not fired multiple divorce lawyers. To seemingly Christopher's credit, he was a lawyer there for, it seems like, a year. In Kanye years, like, that's an eternity. Like, Kanye never keeps people around for a year. So that's also telling. And I do want to I trust Chris. Seems like a really good straight guy. The fact that he was able to keep him for a client for a year only, in my opinion, attests to the good nature of, like, clearly a professional,
incredible.
If I need a divorce lawyer, obviously that's the man I'd want to call. And so, to all of the credit there, he's been there for a while. And so to cut him the night before, to me, screamed 2 things, right? Like, option 1, which some have speculated, I saw it as I was reading tabloids and everything, to cancel your attorney the night before seems like it would be a move to delay, right, the proceedings, to say, well, my new attorney doesn't have time to get up to snuff. You know what I mean? Like, to know what's happening. So, Judge, we would like to request a month-long blah, 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 which is what Kanye's attempted to do at other times. And at this point, it doesn't seem like that worked or was going to work. And so Kanye, at this point, granted the divorce. that seems odd to me. I can't imagine that he couldn't have done that with Christopher, right? Why would suddenly he just fire his lawyer, change things, and move on? And that's where we're now speculating. I can't figure it out. Like, do you think he realizes the shit he's in, Kim? Like, when you hear this stuff and what he's chosen to do here, which seems like a Hail Mary of, no, I'm going to fire my team. Yeah, they were aggressive. Hey, Kim, you know what? I accept it. Is this another PR move where he's attempting to better his image, in your opinion? What do you think?
I think quite possibly. I think there has to be a point where you can see that your behavior is hurting you. You know, like we all kind of come to that point sometimes where we're doing things that we shouldn't be doing, and then it becomes obvious and it's like, okay, I need to start making a change. My hope is that he has realized how much his behavior is probably affecting his kids, that being so out there and angry and dragging their mother, you know, it's just hopefully he's finally reached that point where he's realizing that he is hurting his kids. And that's the most important thing in this whole situation, is those kids. So my hope is that that's the reason that he has reached this point. Whether that's the reason he's reached this point or not, I don't think anybody really knows. I don't think anyone understands the inner workings of Kanye West's mind. I don't even think he fully does.
No, I mean, he's a control freak. He wants everything his way. And so we don't know. I don't know the answer. We don't know why he would decide to fire his lawyer the night before this hearing. It seems like that would not help the cause of doing what he wants, which was up to this point delaying and not letting Kim be single. What caused that? Did Kim call him? You know what I mean? Kim has been pretty vocal in trying to, privately, we've seen it through the texts that Kanye shared, to be like, dude, enough is enough. Like, could there have been a moment there where she tried to calm it down? It does seem like she's like the Black Widow to his Hulk in a way, like the sun's going to set soon, buddy. Was she able to use her Kardashian power to like tame the beast and get him to retract at the last minute? I don't know. All I know is this is a weird shift on Kanye. And if that's the case, good for him. I hope. Will this be the side of a new start Kanye? I wouldn't bet on it. It does seem like he likes to shift his moods. Obviously, I know he's got his own issues with bipolar disorder and etc. So I don't know if that's going to be able to stay the same, but right now, Kim has won. She's won the single status, which was incredibly important to her. There's still the question of custody of the children and obviously joint assets and properties that they have to sort out. That's really what's left here. Here's what the TMZs are saying. Kanye recently dropped his attorney, Chris Melcher. We're told there was little communication between Kanye and Melcher, making the relationship extremely difficult. That would not surprise me. I don't tend to trust TMZ, but this doesn't seem that far-fetched. It's been just 1 year since Kim filed for divorce. We're also told Melcher was whipsawed. On one day, Kanye wanted the divorce. The next day, he wanted to fight for the marriage. That doesn't surprise me either.
No. Again,
imagine being a divorce lawyer and your entire thing could shift from one point to another. If that's true, I can't even imagine. Kim's been asked the judge to restore her single status since December when she stated in docs, "I very much desire to be divorced." She also said she'd asked Kanye to keep their divorce private, which he hadn't. Social media posts had caused distress. Kanye and his legal team had continued to resist, making arguments that the couple's prenup should be presumed invalid, even calling into question whether Kanye actually wrote nasty social media posts. FYI, he had claimed he had been hacked, so therefore those were his. Of course, Kim and her team felt like this was all a stalling tactic. This as Kanye had continued his overtures in a bid to win her back, even if it meant attacking her and her new boyfriend, Pete Davidson. So again, that's where this is all. People also, Christopher did confirm to people that he is no longer representing West in the proceedings. And this is where things get interesting. Samantha Spector will now be taking over. Now, I'm curious if you guys in the chat will remember that name that literally just came up yesterday. Samantha Spector is the one who has now been deposed because she was, yes, Amber Heard's divorce attorney. So Kanye full circle. Kanye moves from the lovely Christopher Melcher, in my opinion, lovely guy, to Samantha Spector. This is the Samantha Spector that, Amber left the meeting laughing it up with her laptops. That's Samantha Spector who's now being deposed by the one and only Amber Heard. This is the same Samantha Spector that represented Dr. Dre's ex-wife and served him, caused the brain aneurysm to that stress, literally served him with the divorce papers during his grandmother's funeral. That's Samantha Spector. So I did a little digging on who's this new guy. She reps. Now I've learned, Kim, I got to do my homework. These lawyers represent everybody.
Savage.
They represent everybody. Gosh. And so Kanye is now left the lovely Christopher Melcher. I'm sorry, that's my opinion of him. Never seen the guy do anything negative. To the lawyer that served Dr. Dre at his grandmother's funeral. Now that is a pit bull. So I don't understand what he's doing. Again, I'm confused what's going on. But I know if you want to smooth things down and try to be the better person, why would you fire your lawyer the night before and hire the lawyer who served the man at his grandmother's funeral? That is what you do when you want to scorch the earth. Do you know what I mean? That is a scorched earth divorce attempt when you get this sort of stuff where you're so mad at the guy, whether justified or not. I don't know the Dr. Dre case closely, but you want to cause so much pain you get him to have a brain aneurysm during the case because it's that intense. But that's who he now has. So Samantha Spector will now be taking over, and again, this was literally the night before. And now she's been there. As part of the strange continued battle, he filed for an objection over the weekend to Kardashian's latest filing, which we talked about. And so now it's just constant back and forth of what does Kanye want? Who knows? At this point, it sort of doesn't matter because he's finally given up this one trump card. He's been fighting for his family, as we've seen on Instagram, and now he's officially let it go. And again, it just comes back to was this all for the press? Was this all for the press? What's going on? Does Kanye really care? Has Kanye finally doing the better thing? I don't know anymore, but I find it all interesting, and I thought good for us to all speculate. Knowing all that, knowing that he fires the lovely, I'm going to say it just because he's been lovely to us, the lovely Christopher Melcher for the pit bull of Amber Heard's divorce lawyer who served Dr. Dre at his grandmother's funeral, that doesn't seem like a guy who's ready to give up. I don't know. What do you think, Kim, when you hear all that?
I mean, I think making those choices, it's definitely a choice. I don't know how else to put that. It's just, to me, it doesn't make a huge amount of sense, but I think the thing with Kanye, I don't want to believe that he would use his divorce and would manipulate and scare and harass his wife to get press to promote an album. I really hope that that's not true. I really, really do. But it could very well be. The timing of it is kind of suspect. And I think it's interesting that the album's out. The little device thing that he was selling is out, and now all of a sudden it's going to try to let it go. It's so odd. And the other thing with Kanye that I have so many questions about sometimes with his behavior is I think it was the Super Bowl time frame where he went on that insane Instagram spree where he just posted and posted and posted and posted and posted. And then he deleted everything. And he put up another post that was basically I know in order to grow, I need to be a better listener or something to that effect. Right. And then the next thing we know, he's back at it again. There was no change. He was better for 24 hours and then it just went back. So I don't know. Maybe tomorrow he'll wake up and he'll decide, no, I'm not done with this. Right? It's a back and forth game.
He seems to be so against Skeet and everything that you'd think it wouldn't just die overnight, but you hope it does, right? But what's interesting is now, he's usually, to follow this, last night, as he's firing his lawyer, I guess this was before last night, this was 21 hours ago, so this would have been around, 5, 6 p.m. yesterday? So I guess around the time he was firing his lawyer, he decides to post him with his new boo. So again, it's hard to tell, clearly he's all right, I'm firing my lawyer. I'm going to let Kim be single because I'm with my new girl anyway. So was it all for shit? Is he trying to save face? Why post this the night before as you're doing all that unless you're trying to show a message? Kanye's all about showing messages. And now, since then, he's all about promoting the stemware, stem player, all this nonsense. Biggest thing to happen in music since the iPod. Bullshit. That's ridiculous. Nobody wants this thing. Kanye fans do, but he's still promoting his stuff.
I have a genuine question about that stem player. Can you only have music on it that's preloaded? So like, is the only thing that thing can play Kanye's new album?
Good question. Like, can you load any music onto it?
Yeah, because I don't understand that.
Customize any song, ships with Donda, split any song into stems. So apparently that's what it is. It's like a better quality, and you can, I guess, pull songs out. But it's a fair question as to what songs does it supports all these. It's saying it supports all these things, so I guess you can load it. It's basically an iPod.
8 gigs?
Yeah, 8 gigs is not big enough.
That's it?
That's really slow.
How
for
much
$200 for 8 gigs? Holy crap, I didn't even think of that. Like,
gosh.
I can get a USB 64 gigs for like $10 now.
Like, I'm not gonna lie to you. We all know I'm a Britney stan, right? And if Britney put out something like this, I would probably consider it just because. But I would expect there to be like a discography on it. I would expect there to be
his whole catalog,
way more. Yeah, because that would be really cool. Like, that would be such a collector's item for people that really love his music. And why not? But this to me just, I love how it says soft skin. I'm sorry, I just read that. That's so
Bluetooth
awkward.
soft skin haptics. That just means like cheap plastic out exterior, light blinky lights, haptics, 4 touch sensitive light sliders. Oh my god, it's just, who cares? It looks cheap. I got to be honest, as I see it. I mean, we're talking about it.
And I mean, it's got to support WAV files. It has to support WAV files. Yeah. Don't we all just need that so badly?
But yeah, it looks so cheap when I stare at it. Like, it just looks like a very cheap plastic with some LED lights behind it. And I can't imagine it's that good of a speaker. $200. Jeez, Yeezy Tech.
It looks like a pill. To me, it looks like medication. It looks like a pill.
But again, this is what it was all for, right? To talk about this album, which is not doing as well as it should, it seems. There have been some pans on the music. A lot of people claiming that this album not as good as his other stuff, felt rushed. I looked into some reviews that we were going to do a piece on one of the shows, and I don't know. So all of this is just weird to me. He likes to surprise us. He likes to keep things interesting, and after all of this, to just be like, Matt, fire my lawyer. Yep, you're single. All right, I'm with my new, and then literally, yep, here's my new boo. Curious. Well, let's put a poll out and see what you guys think.
Yeah.
Kanye's divorce. Was it all PR stunt? Stalling.
And it's still like unfortunate to think that even could be a thing, you know, but I feel like at this point with Kanye, anything's possible. Anything's possible.
Is he trying to save face? I guess those are the two. Let's see what you guys think of those two. All right. Boom.
The new girlfriend thing is interesting too. I feel it. I know people have types, but I mean, this just looks a little creepy.
I don't know. He has a type. It was weird too because he was into not to get gross, but Kim's sex tape. Like, that's what got Kanye into him, was the fact that he was like all like apparently watching the tape and jealous of Ray J, and then like, I could do better than him. Like, it was like a weird like, like he just, you know, like he just needed that notch in his belt of like, oh yeah, I've been watching this porn, so I need to get her and like satisfy her more. Like, such a Kanye sort of weird mental gymnastic. What were you saying?
It just makes my skin crawl. It's just so gross to me.
But it's like a manly, I guess. No, I don't know. But yeah, I mean, there are women who are going to totally be like, yes, please sign me up. Mostly because of the fame and the money, I imagine. And I'm sure the music, they like him. But yeah, there you go. Is he polls really split down the middle? PR stunt versus did he lose? Is he just trying to save face now? 58% saying yes, he's clearly in a bad place, realizing it now, trying to save face. But yeah, you guys are split down the middle. I can't figure it out either. Yeah, look, I always remember the one of the, I think the meanest things he did was that Taylor Swift diss on stage. Like, that was just the beginning, and we all sort of knew at that point, like, this man's got issues. Like, who does that?
To me, it wasn't even like, you can have an opinion and not like somebody. You can have a stage and be like, you know, Taylor Swift sucks and be all mean and everything.
Yep.
Like, you can't tell somebody not to have an opinion. But for me, what really freaked me out was that music video where he fully went to the extent of making a wax figure of her completely naked.
Right.
Like, who does that? That's weird.
Not just her, but like it was all of them. Trump, and they're all like laying naked together in that bed. It was creepy.
So gross. It's so gross, and I feel like that for me just crossed a line. That was
and it was art.
There was
right?
no
he got
coming
away
back
with
from
it because
that.
it was art. I couldn't believe YouTube allowed it. Like, they literally had those naked wax sculptures in the video while he's just in bed with them all, and I was like, this feels really like lack of consent, like gross, like forced, like Did no one give you permission to do that? And then you're just gonna like create their naked bodies in a music video and call it art? Yeah, I mean, that's what he does.
I think if I was Taylor, I think I would have had a hard time like not suing him after that, because there's just so much about that that's just gross. It's just gross. You shouldn't be able to do that. I'm with you on that.
I remember seeing that video and I was like, Jesus, what? And it looked real. I was like,
100%.
I realized, like, there's no way on earth she would have ever done that. But I'm like, why how is I remember watching that and being like, how is he allowed to do this? It really felt like I don't know, and now it's all weird because now we've gotten in the world of what's it called? The when you put the person's face on
deep fake.
The deep fake, thank you.
Deep fake?
Now it's all deep fake, which they are out there now too. And so it's like, there's no real law, I guess, against that. If you are a public figure, they can then create the art or deep fake, and somehow they're allowed to. It's a dangerous world we live in. Well, there you go. We got lots more to talk about, but just there you go. I'm curious your thoughts. The audience is pretty split down the middle on, was this all just a PR stunt and he doesn't really care, or does he care and he's lost and now he's trying to save face? You're leaning a slightly more, 56% there. But I'm curious what you guys think as you're watching. We got lots more to talk about. Some Britney news. We're going to talk about Marilyn Manson. We're going to go through a little bit of this. Adele. Take your comments and questions. Thank you specifically to Jesse Nuzum. Did you see Manson's suit? Yeah, we're going to get to that next. So thank you for that support. You guys can use the pinned comment link and support at any point during the show. Thanks to everybody who already did. Thank you to Kim, who's being here to help step in. Steph is busy with some work stuff today. So happy to have Kim step in to help, because it's always easier to have someone to talk to. But appreciate her being here, and thank you guys for being here. If you're watching live, don't go anywhere. We are not done. I'm just clipping this part for YouTube. Got so much more to talk about. If you missed the live show, hit that join button, become a member, and you can always catch the replays on the members only playlist on the main channel page.